It's been 3 years since The Last of Us Season 1 first aired, and now on April 13th, we got the first episode of Season 2. This season is based on The Last of Us Part 2 video game, right after Joel lies to Ellie about not finding a cure in her blood, so same as the TV show. As someone who has played both games, this is by far one of the most amazing game adaptations you could ever see. So if you haven't played the video game, don't worry because I'm not gonna give any spoilers of what happens in the future. But if you have played the second part of the video game, then you know things are about to get dark, complicated, and sure as hell traumatizing. I'm gonna be making a deep dive into each episode, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any.
Well, don't you look pretty?
Shut up.
So, this episode was very different from the game, and I'm not mad about it, but I do have mixed feelings. One of the things I liked the most about Season 1 was how it stayed so close to the game, and now, in Episode 1 of Season 2, they already started taking some pretty big turns. This episode starts by introducing us the character of Abby, which in the game, her motivations unravel slowly. But here they just rip the band-aid off and we immediately know who she's after and why. I was a bit surprised by this, but I guess it helps set the emotional tone early. The intro credits stay the same, which I loved, but the color palette is different. Everything has this icy blue tone, and I feel like that's going to reflect the darker mood of the entire season. We also get a lot of nods to the game early on. The sniper part where Tommy and Ellie are shooting at infected is a reference to the tutorial from the game, where you practice your aim by shooting them at a distance. We then have Tommy lying to Joel. He tells him that he was out killing infected when in reality he was with Ellie. I think that moment said so much without being overly dramatic. It shows us that Tommy doesn't fully trust Joel anymore, and he also understands Ellie in a way that Joel just doesn't right now. In the video game, Joel tells Tommy everything that happened and his decision to save Ellie, but since we haven't seen that in the show, I'm not sure if Tommy knows the truth. Joel being on the town council is such a quiet way of showing he's trying to keep some peace in his life, after, killing humanity's best shot at life. And him being in therapy, that was unexpected, but I love that it's in there. It shows how much he's struggling and that everyone needs to get help. At the same time, I find it funny that he keeps talking about how bad his relationship with Ellie is, with everyone but Ellie. Like, you need to talk this with her. That's the only way you're gonna make everything better. But I guess that's just a classic dad move. And we also saw how Ellie is in her teenage years and treats Joel like shit, so I guess I understand why Daddy won't talk to her about their problems. Eugene is a character which we don't know much about in the video game, but I thought it was really cool that we get to know more about him in the TV show. In the game, Eugene is like this uncle figure to Dina, and both her and Ellie have really great thoughts about him. But we later find a note from Eugene's wife asking him to please come home to her and her daughter since he abandoned them to join the Fireflies. So clearly he wasn't this great guy they thought he was, and he was just simply a guy who cultivated weed, watched porn, and abandoned his family. Gail then says Joel killed Eugene, and I was like, what? Because in the game, Eugene died from a stroke. But here, for me, it sounds like he just got infected and Joel had to put him down. So Joel, I think it's a bad idea to be doing therapy with her. We also get to see how deeply Joel's decision is affecting him. He says he saved Ellie, and yes, he did, but by saving her, he let millions die. And now he's carrying that weight, he knows the truth, and that's eating him alive. And we clearly have the double side to this story with Abby, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be hating her if they don't do it already. But if you get in her shoes, she's right to be mad. If Joel had the opportunity to kill the soldier who shot Sarah, he definitely wouldn't think twice about it. So Abby has the opportunity to kill the guy who took everything from her. So why wouldn't she go for it? The show is really pushing the idea that there are no heroes or villains here, just people trying to survive and protect the ones they love. I also love the callback to Curtis and Viper. Dina mentions it's Joel's favorite movie, which is Ellie, the one that tells us that in the game, and in season 1, this is the same movie that Sarah borrows from her neighbor to watch with her dad on his birthday, cause she knew it was his favorite. In this episode, we get to see Ellie is tired of everyone lying to her and trying to protect her. Joel keeps making decisions for Ellie, and that of course annoys her. We see it when Jesse tells the other guy to hold back from hitting her too hard. We also see it when Tommy doesn't want to send her on patrol and when he defends her from Seth the homophobic. Ellie knows the truth about what happened in Salt Lake City, so yes, we get why she's mad. Joel took that decision for her, but also Marlene did the same thing when she didn't tell her that the surgery would get her killed. So someone had to take the decision for her, and Joel was the bigger guy and took it. Ellie knows he lied to her, but I'm not completely sure if she knew that she would have died if he didn't. The supermarket scene was full of game references. In the game, we had a safe, which the code was the employee of the month, and that's exactly what they show us here. And we finally see bottles being used as distractions just like we do in the game. And also the lanterns clipped to their jackets, it's just those little details that show how much love they're putting into this adaptation. And then there's the stalker scene. Beautifully executed because I'm sure I'll be having nightmares about it. It felt like something pulled straight out of a horror movie, and the way it moved, it was so true to how they act in the game. So I loved how they teased it at first, how it was like watching her lurking in the dark, and then it finally attacked. So basically this is stage 2 of an infected right before it turns into a clicker. We get these stalkers a lot in the game, but we haven't had one in the TV show, and clearly they're way smarter here. So I thought it was really cool when we get to see Ellie explaining the council what a stalker is. And then Ellie gets bitten again. That doesn't happen in the game, so it really caught me off guard, but I think maybe she'll use that bite to prove to Dina that she's immune since she covered her first bite. Ellie writing in her journal was such a nice touch too, because we do that a lot in the game. The first time we use it is the morning after her first kiss with Dina, and she's writing, "Don't fuck up your friendship." And in the TV show, we get to see her writing, "Don't fuck it up" 3 times, even though their kiss hadn't had happen in the show yet. Ellie's room is filled with details. We get to see the astronauts poster, as well as the Savage Starlight comic, which is Ellie's favorite and is a collectible throughout the game. And we also get to see a Pearl Jam poster. The video game starts with Joel playing Future Days to Ellie, which hasn't happened in the show, but I truly hope it does because it's such a wholesome moment. And we get to see Gustavo Santaolalla, the composer of the original soundtrack, with a little cameo at the New Year's party. He's the guy playing in the band, and I thought it was such a sweet nod to the fans. They changed quite a few things, yeah, but I feel like they still kept the essence of the game, especially with how they're building the tension. I know things are about to go down really fast, so I'm excited to see what happens in the next episode.